Hey guys, Dom here from the local smoker, and today I'm showing you how to reverse sear a tomahawk steak. Let's go. So this is a tomahawk grass fed. It's got beautiful intramuscular fat, nice fat content, good shape, plenty of meat on the bone. So what you want to do is make sure you've got a nice sharp knife. Cut away from the hand to avoid cutting yourself. Open this up. You want to try and avoid getting all that blood and juice out of the packet. You want to pat down all that extra blood and juice from being in the packet. Nice and clean. So after you remove the meat from the packet, just want to have a look around for little bits of excess fat and skin. You can trim off. It's probably going to burn up in the smoker. You want to get rid of these little bits of fat. Clean up this bone. Make sure you've got a nice sharp boning knife or a filleting knife. You don't want to be working with a blunt knife. Just going to clean up a little bit of this fat here and round
this off.
Just a little bit of olive oil to the surface. What that's going to do is help with the color, and it's also going to help our salt and pepper stick to the steak and draw in the flavor. So what I'm going to do is season this nice big piece of meat. I'm going to season it liberally with kosher salt. I've chosen to go with a finer kosher salt. I just feel that the meat penetrates the meat a bit better and draws the smoke in. Season that liberally. Nice cover. The sides. Don't be afraid to put on too much salt. This is a big cut of meat. It can definitely handle it. Get a nice liberal coat. Get that bit of a pat in. Help it draw into the meat. Get all surfaces. Now what we're going to do is, basically, it's a dry brine. We're going to let the meat sit out for the next hour, come up to room temperature, and also it's going to give a chance for this salt to draw into the meat, penetrate. That's going to help you get a more even cook through, medium rare, the whole way through the piece of meat. It's also going to give a chance for this salt to draw into the meat, and that's going to help with smoke penetration. It's also going to give us a nice flavor. So I'm going to let that sit out here on a tray for the next 45 minutes, an hour, and then we'll get it on the smoke. You can see that just after a few minutes, that meat has already started to draw that salt in with the moisture. That's going to provide it with beautiful flavor. It's also going to help with smoke penetration into the meat, so we can get that nice red mahogany color when we smoke it. It's going to be fantastic. Today we're using a 24-inch trailer mounted Bullockhead Creek smoker. I generally cook it on my smaller offset, but this is my only option today. So I'm going to show you how we run the big boy. Cooking with a mixture of pecan, which is a nut tree in the hickory family. It's got beautiful sweet notes, nice sugar content. I'm going to be using that for flavor because it's not as available. And I'm going to be using Australian vintage ironbark as my coal bed and my source of fuel, because that's more readily available in my area and more cost efficient. Whereas pecan, we don't. I'm living in Sydney, so we don't have as many fruit and nut trees around the area. So I was lucky enough to link up with somebody that owns a nut orchard, and they let me chop up a few of their trees. Right, now we've got those burning. We want to let that burn for the next half an hour, 45 minutes, burn down to a nice hot coal bed, and then we'll throw in a couple lumps of pecan, and we'll get these steaks on and get going. So these steaks have been sitting out for about half an hour now, and you can see how the meat's just drawing in that salt, which is bringing out the moisture of the meat, sucking in that salt, which is really penetrating the meat. It's going to be fantastic for flavour and to help attract the smoke. Now I'm going to season it liberally with some ground black pepper, 16 mesh, cafe, restaurant, whatever you want to call it. Once again, don't be afraid of over seasoning. This is a big piece of meat and you can handle it. So we'll just go for a nice little liberal coat. Hit the other side. Just leave that to sit for the meat to draw that flavour in. Let's go. Alright, now we've got nice clean blue smoke. Pits up to temp. Let's get these on. Reading about 225 at great height. Let's get these bad boys on. Get the meatiest point facing the fire. Let's get these under the hood. What we're going to do is put an internal probe into the thickest part, aiming for about 125 degrees Fahrenheit internal, and then we'll take them off and hit them hot and fast over the coals. But for now, shut this up and let it go. Starting to get some beautiful colour. Sitting around 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Another 30 odd to go. Fire's burning beautifully. Sitting comfortably down around 225. Super clean smoke. Beautiful. Just humming away. Meat sitting around 115 Fahrenheit. Starting to get some beautiful red colour on it. Not long to go now. Right, these have just hit temperature. Look at that beautiful mahogany colour. Taking on a lot of smoke. Looks fantastic. Just hit temperature. That's where we want to be. Beautiful. Let's get these off and sear. Right, I'm going to teach you a little hack. One of these little shelves. And then, still got a beautiful little fire. I'm going to go 1 brick, 2 bricks. Get those. And I'm going to place these. Firebox. You've got yourself a makeshift grill. Absolutely beautiful. Now let's get these tomahawks on. Now I just want to hit these hard and fast on each side. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic. Who needs a grill? So I'm going to leave these for 60 seconds each side. Get a nice crisp on them, bit of char, flip them, hit sides, and then we'll get them off and ready. Alright, so we want to hit every side. Nice and quick. Look at the colour, fantastic. These have just come off the sear. Just going to let them sit there to rest for 15 minutes before we serve them up. Look at that beautiful mahogany colour. So we've just let these rest for about 20 minutes. Beautiful colour, nice crust. Absolutely beautiful, super juicy. Perfect medium, super juicy, super tender, all the way through, nice colour, fantastic.